peace, family, gratitude, abundance, manifestations, and blessings. Wow, we've had an amazing summer. We grew a lot of plants, got a lot of biodiversity going. We got a lot of pollinators. I'm gonna try to walk over here and show y'all a Mexican sunflower, but that's not my purpose here today. My purpose is to share with y'all how it looks when deer eat up your beans and your okra. Now, what they say is that Mexican sunflower is a near complete mineral source for plants in your garden. All you have to do is take it, coppice it, or chop and drop, put it onto the ground, and those minerals be taken up by microbes, which will then feed your plants. So they say that plant fertilizer is the best fertilizer. But man, we got jacked up, y'all. The deer finally came through. We were putting up an electric fence at one point, but we got discouraged because they say that deer can pretty much jump the height of a fence and that you need about 8 feet to keep deer out your space. Now, what happened was we were here and we came through last year. We started last summer cultivating the space. We actually planted vegetables into the soil in the fall. We had a good season. The deer didn't eat our stuff. We would observe their tracks out there, but they never encroached on our space until this year. I don't know if it's the coronavirus, I don't know what's going on, but everybody got desperate, and all of a sudden we see deer tracks and deer poop and all types of things in our space. And it's not really discouraging. For us, it represents transition. It's the summertime right now. It's August 26th, and we're getting ready for our fall season. So the deer eating our vegetables allows us to transition faster and be prepared and be early for the next season. So we like to look at everything with a positive light. Now, does that mean that we're gonna allow the deer to continue to eat our vegetables? No. That means that we're gonna adapt. We're gonna get a fence. We learned our lesson. It only takes us one time. So we're gonna get that fence, but like I said, we're looking at it as an opportunity to get ready for our summer crops. But let me just show y'all how that looks and how we found out that the deer jacked us up. So this is a lemongrass plant that we planted. We try to do, this is a marigold. We got to collect the seeds, crop that out to prepare for a new plant, mineralize the soil. But the point is, y'all, look at what the deer did. This was our white acre peas. As y'all can see, all the leaves have been eaten off the peas. They've eaten the leaves off the peas, y'all. They wiped out this whole space, and it's crazy. What we thought we were doing was amending the soil, using the peas as a cover crop to let nitrogen feed the soil. We thought we were using the leaves, we were bringing them to the market because cowpea greens are edible. So little known fact, you can eat the leaves of cowpea greens. You can take them, you can cut them and use them as a summer green. They're really tasty and people were enjoying them at the market. But again, the deer must have enjoyed them better because they took them and now they're gone. So they did it to this. They didn't eat our peppers. They haven't been eating our Malokia spinach, our Egyptian Malokia spinach, which is doing beautifully well. They haven't eaten our moringa trees. They haven't eaten our lemongrass, of course. They say that deer don't like lemongrass or citronella or strong scents. They haven't eaten our ping tongue eggplants, which we have a beautiful one over here. If y'all can see right here. Nice ping tongue eggplant, a Vietnamese variety. They're very selective about what they take and what they don't. So the two crops that they really destroyed were our peas, which we have more, but they also destroyed our okra. So let me show y'all that okra. Somebody look at this. All you see is okra, no leaves. So they wiped us out, they wiped us clean. To be fair, we weren't picking this okra. What we decided was we're gonna take this okra and coppice it. Sounds crazy. This was an experiment. People do experiments with animals all day. We do experiments with plants. which can come back and regenerate into the soil. But the point is that okra for us is not a efficient crop to grow. Why is that, Kip? Okra is not efficient because you have to pick it every 2 days. Every 2 to 3 days you got to be out here. And for us, we got a lot going on to where we need to be able to manage multiple projects at once in our space, and we can't devote the time towards picking peas and okra. So those are the crops that are least efficient for us to grow. Instead, we're going to focus on greens, which can be left alone, and every 2 days they're not bolting out ready to harvest. You can wait a week to harvest them. So they're not microgreens, and that's how the okra is acting. The okra is acting like microgreens, y'all. If y'all ever heard of microgreens, y'all already know what I'm talking about. If y'all haven't heard of it, look it up. But the okra, every 2 days harvesting, is just a bit much for us. We don't live in this space. We travel 30 minutes from this space in town. This farm was left unused for about 20 years. The person who was managing it passed away. The woman who stewards this land, she has a nonprofit and they own it, but she's allowing us to work this space. Shout out to Dr. Ford. But the deer, they don't care about none of that. They want that food. So they came in, we saw the deer tracks. I'm gonna try to find some so y'all can see what they look like in this space. But the point is that they came in and they showed out. So we had to adapt. And how we're going to adapt is we're going to get this nice 8-foot fence that's going to enclose our whole garden space that we got going on, so that we can come through and plant more stuff in the future. What happens is that because they ate the leaves, that can take up a lot of the minerals and the nitrogen out of the soil that was going to be available by the beans. So we're going to mineralize anyway. It's not that big of a deal. We got tons of worm castings. We got molasses. We're going to get it popping. We about to make some LAB. Y'all know what that is. We'll check it out later. If y'all do, if y'all don't, it don't matter. We about to bring that LAB to the streets, y'all. Shout out to everyone that's supporting us, that's watching us grow. We just wanted to share with y'all some of our experience. Like I said, it's not too discouraging. It'd have been discouraging for me if we were in the middle of the season and of the fall season for sure. If we was in the middle of the fall season and they came through and ate all of our kale, all of our broccoli, all of our Brussels sprouts, all of our mustard greens, all of our carrots, we would have been distraught. But we learned in the middle of a hot season where we're transitioning over to that primary crop. So that gives us just enough time to put that fence in, just enough time to listen, to learn, and adapt. And that's what we call being smarter by nature, listening and learning. Now, we've never had the experience. Angelica's from California. I'm from Miami. We've never had the experience where we had to deal with deer, large animals. We didn't know if we had some type of connection with them, if they're respecting us. We didn't know nothing. But we know all's fair in the game of survival. So they came out here and they ate. That's fine. What we're thinking about doing is maybe planting some cover crops way out there. Not really cover crops, but planting feed for the deer so that they can chill once we put this fence up, because they're going to be pretty salty once they realize they can't get all of our nice juicy greens. So that's it. If y'all have any experiences with deer, y'all let us know in the comments below. What are some natural ways, some non-aggressive, non-killing ways that y'all know to be able to manage deer in your space? If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. It really helps our channel. It really motivates us to get going, and it builds a Smarter by Nature community. Thank y'all. Share y'all experiences with y'all friends. Make sure y'all stay open-minded. Y'all stay blessed. As always, thank you for being Smarter by Nature.